The royal hall was silent. Cameras flashing, everyone watching. And then, it happened. A simple gesture, polite, almost ordinary, yet her reaction shocked the entire room. Princess Leonor, Spain's future queen, revealed something no one expected. Not with words, but with her eyes. It was supposed to be a formal engagement, one of those predictable royal appearances, smiles, handshakes, polite bows. But destiny had other plans that day. Princess Leonor stood poised, every inch the royal image of grace. Her blue eyes reflecting calm, her uniform precise, her gestures disciplined. Then he appeared, the young man who would unknowingly steal that moment from royal predictability and turn it into a global headline. He wasn't a prince, not a dignitary, not even a noble, just a young cadet, nervous, respectful, standing straight before Spain's future queen. He greeted her not with arrogance, not with flirtation, but with a gesture so pure it broke through the invisible walls of protocol. He lowered his head slightly, placing his hand over his heart, a simple act of sincerity. And in that instant, something changed. Leonor froze for a split second. Not out of confusion, but emotion. A smile flickered on her lips, subtle but undeniable, a human reaction in a royal frame. It was the first time the world saw her not just as the future queen, but as a young woman moved by genuine respect. The audience gasped. Cameras zoomed in. Every royal watcher felt it, that electric charge of authenticity. The gesture was small, but her reaction carried a storm. In a monarchy built on restraint, her response was pure feeling. And yet, beneath that grace, there was a story, a deeper one. Because this moment didn't just happen by chance. For months, Leonor had been training at the Zaragoza Military Academy, surrounded by discipline, distance, and duty. Every movement measured, every expression watched. And yet, amidst all that order, she found something that touched her heart: humanity. A reminder that before the crown, she is a person. The cadet's name was never officially released, but insiders whispered, he was one of the most respectful, modest young men at the academy. Always first to salute. Always last to leave. He admired Leonor not as a monarch-to-be, but as a person trying to earn respect, not born into it, but proving it daily through effort. When he greeted her that day, he didn't see the crown, he saw her dedication, her struggle to stand shoulder to shoulder with her peers. And she saw that recognition. For a brief heartbeat, titles vanished. Just two young people, bound by mutual respect. But of course, the world saw more. Royal commentators immediately began dissecting the footage. Was that blush real? One asked. Was she touched, or surprised? Another speculated. Every frame was slowed down, every flicker of her smile analyzed like a mystery. What no one could deny was the power of authenticity. Because for years, royal watchers have seen rehearsed smiles, choreographed waves, emotion filtered through duty. But this was unplanned, raw, beautifully human. Queen Letizia reportedly noticed it too. From her seat, she gave a knowing smile, subtle, maternal, understanding the unspoken language of the heart. King Felipe, ever composed, nodded in approval, unaware that this brief exchange was already going viral. Within hours, the clip exploded online. Social media flooded with reactions. Her smile says everything. She's more than just a royal, she's real. She has her mother's warmth and her father's strength. But what made the world fall silent wasn't the gesture itself, it was what followed. After the ceremony, as the young cadet began to step back, Leonor did something no one expected. She broke protocol, just slightly, but enough to make headlines. She extended her hand, not in the distant, ceremonial way of royalty, but in genuine gratitude. Her fingers touched his for a brief moment, a silent thank you, full of meaning. That moment, barely 2 seconds long, captured the essence of her reign to be. A monarchy not built on distance, but connection. Not authority, but empathy. It reminded many of her grandmother, Queen Sophia, whose kindness won hearts across generations. And yet, Leonor's reaction carried something uniquely hers, the modern grace of a leader born in the digital age, yet rooted in old-world values. For weeks afterward, the Spanish press couldn't stop talking about it. Royal insiders claimed it wasn't just a polite reaction, it reflected Leonor's growing confidence and emotional intelligence. She's learning not just to rule, but to relate. Even during her time at the academy, cadets spoke of her humility. They said she never demanded special treatment. She waited in line, ate the same meals, trained under the same rain and sun. And that's why the cadets' gesture mattered. It wasn't romantic, it was recognition. From one dedicated soul to another. But every story has a ripple. And this one reached further than anyone expected. Foreign media from the UK to Denmark, from the US to Japan, replayed the footage, calling it the moment that defined the princess's humanity. Public approval of Leonor soared. Even critics of monarchy admitted, she represents something different, a new kind of royal. And quietly, behind palace walls, Leonor herself was said to have reflected on it deeply. She reportedly told her close aides, "It's not about gestures. It's about sincerity." Those who know her say that's the heart of her leadership, genuine emotion behind disciplined duty. But the question that lingered, who was that cadet? Some claimed he was from a military family with deep roots in Spanish service. Others whispered he was chosen randomly for the greeting. Whatever the truth, his act transcended him. It became a symbol of respect in a world often chasing glamour. And Leonor's reaction, it proved something powerful, that even a queen can be moved by kindness. Her future crown may be heavy, but her heart remains light, open to the beauty of simple gestures. As she continues her training and prepares for future leadership, that moment will stay etched in royal history, a reminder that grace is not rehearsed. It's revealed, in seconds of sincerity. Because sometimes, it's not the grand speeches or the royal ceremonies that define a leader. It's a glance, a smile, a silent connection. Princess Leonor's reaction that day was more than emotion, it was a promise. That when her time comes, Spain's crown will rest on the head of a queen who feels, listens, and leads with her heart. And for everyone who witnessed that moment, they'll remember not just the gesture, but the look in her eyes when she realized, true nobility begins with kindness.